Hi, I'm Chris with Carnival Cruise Addicts, and this is episode 105 of Yakety-Yak, straight from the Yak's mouth. John Heald, Carnival Cruise Line's brand ambassador, will post on his Facebook page, normally 5-6 days a week, where you can ask him questions. He reads the questions, he answers the questions, and we look at all the questions and find the funny, the weird, the cool, the stuff we may or may not have known. You may or not have known. And we discuss them here with you. So on today's episode, we're talking about scattering ashes at sea, elegant night attire not strictly enforced, cruising out of Europe. Do you tip in euros or in US dollars? Taking a wheelchair on, but checking it with your luggage. And John, what exactly do you do? Alright, question one. This cruiser wanted to scatter a loved one's ashes at sea and wanted to know if they needed both the death certificate and a certificate of cremation in order to do this. John said yes, a copy of both is actually needed. If somebody wants to do that, they just need to send him a message on his daily post to get assistance in setting this up. So if you wanted to scatter the ashes of a loved one, go to John Heald's post it on there. He'll give you a timeline as to when you need to do it again, and then they will arrange it for you on board. Question two. This cruiser wanted to know why the attire for Elegant Night is not strictly enforced. They feel that if you're not dressed up appropriately, then you should be directed to the Lido Marketplace instead of eating in the MDR. John said they are dress code suggestions and would truly hope that if someone is wearing something that's not dressy on a dress night, it doesn't mess up your cruise. Don't worry about what they're doing. Enjoy your cruise. So we will typically dress up. For me, dressing up is a pair of slacks and a black polo. Liz will put on a nice dress. So if we're going into the restaurants, that's what we'll do, steakhouse, so on and so forth. Most of the time, you'll see, we've worn them before, it's just a t-shirt that looks like a tux and a pair of shorts. But we're also not going to the MDR dressed like that. It's a fine line, but don't let it ruin your cruise. If somebody has a cap on or somebody has jeans on, it's not formal for you, ignore them, enjoy your dinner, that's why you're there. So if you like dressing up, do it. If you don't, don't. If you like cruising content and you like what you see, subscribe. Do it. Don't not do it. Do it. Do it. All right. Question three. This cruiser is going on a cruise out of Europe, and they love tipping when they get good service. They wanted to know, since it's out of Europe, do they tip in euros or do they still tip in US dollars? John said you can still tip in US dollars. All the charges on board are still going to remain in US dollars. So most of the folks on there aren't even from Europe. But I'm sure any tip is going to be appreciated. But yeah, everything's going to be in US dollars no matter where you are. Except Australia, I think. We'll get back to that on one of these. All right. This cruiser was wondering if it was wise or even allowed to send their wheelchair onto the ship with their checked luggage. They would put a tag on it just like the luggage so they know where it goes, this, that, and the other. But that was their question. And John said, you can. He doesn't recommend it. It's a luggage. They don't nicely set these things down. They're flipping them and tossing them and they're moving on to the next project. So me personally, I would not do it because I'd imagine you're going to have a little damage. John also recommended bringing it on board with you versus checking it in. And I agree. All right, John, this cruiser asked, John, what exactly do you do? Do you actually travel on the ships? They're confused. John said, oh, me? You talking about me? He's really just a nobody. He said he's more of just a cruise director who now tries to help as many people as he can on social media. He still travels on the ships, though, and will be ready to assist when needed. So, yeah, he's the brand ambassador. He's the Shaq of Carnival Cruise Lines. Shaq represents pretty much everything these days. But that's John, and he's got a great sense of humor. We love following him. And we had him as a cruise director eons ago. Great dude. So yeah, he's the brand ambassador. So that's been episode 105 of Yakety-Yak, straight from the Yak's mouth. Thanks for watching. Please take care.